Hello YouTube, welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. Thanks for joining me today. Well, we've got the truck up on the lift, ready to be worked on. We've got an awful lot of things that's got to be done in this truck, but unfortunately, the first thing we have to do is pull the motor out so we can check a few things with it. So ride along with us. We got a pretty good list on the truck that's got to be done. We got some bumps and bruises. We got a pretty good dent here. It's going to be filled, repaired. They came in there and they welded. I hate they did it the way they did it. We got a dent in the fender up there. We got some bumps and bruises down the bottom here. It's going to be repaired, like this place here. The left-hand side has got major damage here where they didn't jack the truck up in the right place. They didn't use a jack's mount, and you can see how this whole quarter panel is just crushed and rolled up. But then we have a place back here. Again, it's just pretty easy to fix, just gonna take a little time. The truck is just incredibly filthy, just incredibly. This is just black. It's supposed to be gray. It's black, and but we'll get in and clean all that up. I'm not worried about the cleanup. The nose is going to have to be repaired. All the nose bracings broke loose. And so we'll have to get in here and get all that built back up. The biggest concern is the motor. We have this oil leak down here. It continues to leak. It's leaking out of this place right here. They've tried to weld it on the outside right here in this corner. You can't see it. I can't show it to you, but anyway, they tried to weld it down in there, and I think the initial issue was this oil pan was lower than the cross member, as you can see. So they came in here and added this tubing, trying to get a little protection for the oil pan, but unfortunately we're going to pull the motor out, and we're going to have to remove the oil pan so we can either fix this oil pan or buy a new one. I've already located one in Dallas. A friend of mine's got one. The bigger issue is the motor. We can't determine well, we think it's an 18 degree or a 15 degree, I'm not sure, but we cannot determine how old the motor is. I did contact the guy that built the motor. He said he built this motor about 10 years ago. And so we're not gonna chance anything. We know it's been rode hard and put up wet, as you can tell. So we're gonna have to get the motor out and go through it, and at a minimum replace the valve springs. We may do a leak test on it, but that's kind of just where we are on that. But we'll get all the bumps and bruises. We can get all that fixed up. We are going to paint the truck. That's going to be for upcoming episodes, but right now we're just going to try to get it apart so we can start trying to get the motor out so we can get it looked at. We're going to take it to Dallas on Monday, and then just try to start cleaning some of this stuff up and get some of this oil cleaned up. So that's where we're at. So let's see if we can get this motor out of this machine, and we'll start by getting the exhaust off of it and go from there. Okay, we got the exhaust out. Boy, I tell you, they were broke in several places, and we just keep finding more and more stuff. Got the drive shaft out, and the U-bolts there, the nuts on the U-bolts and drive shaft were finger tight, so that wasn't very good. Luckily, that didn't come off last time the truck was run. But you see all the cleanup's got to be done here. So we're gonna get it down. I'm gonna figure out if I can figure out some way to support the motor. I'm probably gonna pull it with transmission, to be honest. I'm probably gonna pull it with transmission. We'll go ahead and take this Craftsman loose. We gotta get the oil out of it while we're up under here. And we'll jump on that next. We'll probably pull the motor and the transmission and then get the headers off once it's out. So probably approach it that way. Okay, we got the oil out of the tank here. You can just see just how dirty everything is. Still got to get the lines off in transmission cooler and get those pulled off right here. Then we have get the lines off of the for the dry sump off the oil pan. Get the shifter undone, cross member here, and throw out bearing line. And then probably some electrical stuff, probably for the starter stuff when you get off while we're up under here. Then we'll lower down and go on to the next thing from up top. So stay tuned. Okay, we have the shifter undone. We've got the motor mount bolts out. I think there's enough room to slide this motor forward without actually having to take the cross member out. Got the starter wire off here, and all the oil lines are off, fuel lines off, oil pump has been backed off. So I've got the line off for the clutch. Everything is capped off. So I think we're ready to move up to the top now and see if we can start getting the carburetor, throttle linkage, and get the water out of it. And then I think we might be able to yank this puppy. So let's get her down and see what we can find out on the top. Okay, that should be good enough to get the working height here so we can get the rest of the stuff so I don't have to bend over as far. You know, I'm bad back, getting old, but see what we can tackle next. Well, I think we have everything off except for the motor mounts here and the motor plate. And there should be enough room. Normally you can pull the headers out with the motor. We're going to attempt that anyway. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get the motor lift tied onto it and get a little weight off of it. See if I can get these motor plate bolts out and see what happens from there. And if I have to, I can take the headers off of it, but normally there's enough room. I think we might squeeze them by, but we'll see here. Time will tell. that was a job. It's taken all afternoon to do it. Thanks to my wife for coming out and assisting me. I thought I could get it out with the hood on the truck, but that wasn't so. But got to get it out and get it to the shop and try to determine how many laps are on it, and got to get fresh valve springs put on it. And we'll probably go ahead and, I'm concerned about the clutch too, to see how much wears on the disc and the clutch. But the main thing, now we're getting to clean everything up, and the motor compartment's just filthy. But that's for another time and another place. Just think, Darrell Waltrip did a motor swap in like 12 to 13 minutes one time, and then NASCAR deemed it illegal to do a motor swap during a race. It's taken me a long time by myself as a one-man crew here, but again, thanks to my wife, Chance, for coming out and giving me a hand here at the last moment. But it's out. That's the start of a long journey here with this truck. We got a lot to do to the truck, but we'll get it. I didn't know really how bad shape it was when we picked it up. I didn't take time to look at it as close as I should have, but that's okay. Everything's fixable, and we'll get her done. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button. Tell your friends and your family about the channel. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.